Welcome back to play Digimon World Next Order. Did what I said I was gonna do. I did the minimum 2 days in game. It's been, I don't know how long it's been between this part and the previous part because I, recording on the same day here. Maybe an hour, I don't know. I wasn't keeping track, I was too busy trying not to fall asleep while doing repetitive battles to train my Digimon for 2 in-game days. Oh, it's so tedious. It's reminded me of when I played the game, a couple of years ago, prior to Let's Play it, when I was, raising multiple generations of Digimon. I could only do one at any given time. Like, I'd do like once a week or so. Go through a whole generation, and I'd be like, so boring, because it just gets repetitive at that point. But anyways, as you can see here, it's a lot of wisdom. I at first tried my luck by going to Lodge Volcano. I tried looking for the materials, but I didn't want to venture to the side with all those Bombananimon in the way. I assume it's probably in that area with the Birdramon and the Daomon or whatever, basically past the trash heap or whatever the hell it's called. In that general area. Didn't want to risk going for there. I did actually battle 2 Bombananimon, and it proved to be the toughest, 2-on-1 fights. 2 being, my Digimon versus just 1 Bombananimon. I had to use quite a few medium recoveries just to get through those. So yeah, fighting 3 of them potentially while trying to get past, that was not on the table. Also defeat the medium mon, so they were doing pretty decent in Lodge Volcano. Then I, went to Server Desert. Well, actually no, I went to Organa Wastelands first. They struggled a little bit with the Woodmon. I only fought one of them. Did alright against the Vegemon, which I only fought one of. And then I did the usual, fighting Garurumon Black and the Sideshimon that are in that path right before Organa Wasteland. Because of the stats of my Digimon were already fairly high, the only stat they'd get from the Sideshimon was speed and strength. Not sure if wisdom came into play there. The Garurumon Black still seems to be giving, each stat at least a boost of 24. I'm not so sure about wisdom now, because wisdom is quite high for old Blue here. Blue, got the wisdom boost from the egg being reborn, while, Red got the HP boost. But anyways, the Geramon that you encounter at night on that same path, they give a boost to stamina and wisdom, so that's pretty good. I think the wisdom does kind of cap around 2,000-ish. Although it's still, as you can see, raising a bit there, so... Point is, keep this in mind. If you've got rookie level Digimon with these kind of stats, battling in that general area will give you kind of pretty consistent stat boosts. Because you don't want to be spending all the time at the gym, because you waste the whole in-game hour doing that. Where you could, spend a whole in-game hour fighting multiple Digimon and get a significantly better boost. That is, if the Digimon still give you the boost, because if we were champion level, they would not be given that boost regardless of my stats, because it's kind of awkward the way it works. The lower level you are going up against higher level Digimon has a better chance of increasing stats. Like, for example, the Geramon that I mentioned, specifically on the road connecting to Organa Wastelands. The area right before that where you can fight two other Digimon near that Oasis place, they don't give you the stat boost. I'm sure the ones that are in the rundown town probably do, but they pretty much gang up on you, probably, and it's even tougher, so I wouldn't recommend that. So, reason why I, didn't waste another day off screening is because, my Digimon may eventually digivolve on this day, and I want to at least show their, battle abilities. Also, I noticed we can upgrade the builder now. I gotta confirm first, though, that it doesn't. Yeah, stone. No mithril mention, right? Yeah, I'm just making sure. Don't want it, taking up materials that I need for the other upgrades. For the one I'm, trying to upgrade, the Colosseum. What else did I do? Well, it's also Friday in game here, so I was able to sample some of the food of the gods. I have a decent amount of money, but even with it being on offer, it was kind of, I could not get more than one dish. Luckily, Tentamon loves vegetables, so one of the cheaper options was the vegetable dish, which gives, training boost, but I don't really want to focus on training, at the tier. I'm coming over here just to show you that. No, not that. I said not that, you little shit. Oh, that's why I'm doing wrong. You're looking at Digimon. I bought 10 more of these, so, when I eventually cash in on that, I got good profits. That's basically it, really. So I'm going to basically, let's go to you. Did I go to you yet? Yeah. Already done the daily stuff here. We're gonna show off our moves. Pretty much. Just to, show. Just got them, these moves. We can't really learn any of the highly advanced stuff. Voltex Machina. And now, how boring! Yay! Mode of violence. You know what? Let's actually try it. I think Tentamon might not like Organo Wastelands. I can't remember. Maybe it was Voltex Machina. I know one of them doesn't like Absolute Zero. Probably Digimon. Kind of makes sense when it's it being kind of a fire type and all. This Woodmon wasn't intimidated when I came here last time. I'm stronger now, aren't I, Woodmon? It seems so weird seeing it like 4 digits HP and MP after the previous generation being 5 digits. I tell you boys in this do not approve. Only when I do that is it allowed. You have no right to do this, so I will destroy you with fireball. How creative. Creative name from that. It is exactly Super Shocker! You know, if I could do an impression of Tentamon, I probably would, but I can't. But what do you mean by that? You know, the anime cats. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty much an original story. Wasn't it? I mean, whatever. Yeah, just kind of falling asleep while doing all this training. So I'm like, well, yeah, if I could, I would do a 10 one, but I was confused as well. It's called Super Shocker, was it? I thought it was Electro Shocker, or maybe I'm just misremembering. So he's still giving us a stamina and wisdom boost, so that's nice. Now we've officially seen everything my Digimon could possibly do. At this stage anyway, we've seen their finishers. And we've seen their, you know, attack style drops. And now we're gonna see them take shit in the portable toilet because the toilets here are clogged up. Possibly by Platinum Newman. Not Platinum Newman, Platinum Superman. I assume we're gonna be encountering Platinum Superman because, I mean, we've already faced Sukamon like 2-3 times. Faced Numamon and Jaramon. You gotta upgrade, man. I like how they kind of maintain the, you know, retain the sound effects from the original Digimon world now. Like, extinct like, you know, Digimon like Agumon and Gabumon in the original Digimon world. It's nice that they're using sound effects from that game. And it makes sense, this is kind of a sequel of sorts to that game. Kind of weird, isn't it? They were all numbered at one point, you know. Digimon World. I'm not sure if Digimon World 2 is actually called Digimon. Then you had Digimon World 3, which apparently got a different name here in the UK and Europe. Apparently Digimon World 2 didn't get one first year. I think it might have gone on. I've never played either 2 or 3. I think I Digimon World 4 which I have played. And they're all very different and have nothing to do with the game, any other game in the series. Kinda confusing. The Digimon World 4 definitely being a very odd entry. As I've said before, Digimon World 4 has weapons. Which kind of doesn't really fit with Digimon. He's giving us all the stats. This is the place to be now, I guess. Screw Server Desert. But you know, Server Desert is a good place to train for, you know, stats early on here when you've gotten decently strong with the levels. Keep on that path between, like right at the end of Organa Wasteland. So they would just fight those Digimon over and over again until they stop giving you any stats. Then you can upgrade to Organa Wasteland, like the Digimon, and potentially would. These are some pro tips here. From a lot of experience in this game. A lot of experience in this game should have told me to pay attention. I didn't realize your HP was low enough to get an injury there. My apologies there. And there, it's got the same sound effect from Digimon World. I like those sound effects, it's nice. I also like how they had the jingle for, you know, when a Digimon joins the city. I like how they've kept that in this game. Like, okay, maybe a bit of healing is in order. I haven't stocked up on any new recovery items. Fireball. No, Digimon in the anime is kind of weird. But like how he came into existence. Like, it's like, I'm gonna draw the coolest Digimon ever. And then the real thing. Like, holy shit, Digimon are real? Oh my god! I think we might be seeing an all injury after this. And get to use your finisher. As you can see that because of Blue's high wisdom, it's obviously gonna reach its cap before this fight, obviously. Probably caps at 2000, if it's anything like the other Digimon I've been battling. But you know, early on in this game, I mean, I don't know if I really even followed this example that I'm about to point out. But you know, early on in the game when you get your first generation, don't be afraid to, you know, get into fights, but make sure you pick the fights carefully. Like for example, early in the game when Ryan starts, you know, do a little bit of training until you get like rookie level and get and then just fight all the Digimon. I play over again, you can get stats and stuff. Because just relying on the gym is just kind of gonna screw you over. The gym is basically, you know, for the last stretch of training. Once you reach a point where battles aren't giving you any stat boosts, that's when you switch to the gym. And I suppose the gym is better for HP and energy as well. You don't really get quite as great a stat boost for HP and energy. It's usually very inconsistent, even when they do give you at least, like at most I think they can give you 240, but that's usually only with really tough fights. So yeah, HP and MP, that's what you use the gym for. Everything else, though, try to find Digimon that will give you that. This is basically it turned me into a, you know, pro tips of training your Digimon. Because we're not gonna really be accomplishing much for quite some time. We're still at rookie level, and I'm planning on, you know, getting to mega level before I actually do anything noticeable. Because we are not going to be able to take on the last job. You know, anything less than a mega. Because the requirement actually has you have to defeat in a set amount of time. I find that interesting there. The wisdom is still getting a boost despite that, but the red Vegimon's not giving us that same stat boost. So despite the red Vegemon seeming more aggressive, because they actually charge after us, they're not as, you know, good with the stats. And can you imagine at this stage, you know, flying to the palace with Digimon, who takes you into the palace itself, out of Wasteland Timberlands. He takes you right into the castle. Can you imagine you do that at this level and Rosemon shows up in the cutscene and you're like, ah, shit. Gotta fight you with this? That would be a very bad idea. Also, after this battle, I should show the, Actually, I should have done that while I was back in the city. I haven't unlocked all of the Digimon information. But I can show what the options are. So we've obviously got Growlmon. Oh. Interesting. Well, duh, no shit. What button is it? That one. Hey, look at those stats. Of course it's gonna meet those requirements that seem at first like, oh, that kind of stats for just a champion level, that's gonna be hard, but no, it's fairly easy at this point. Because we got Guillemon, Growlmon definitely would be possible. the discipline thing would probably screw you over if you didn't have Digimon. You have to have low discipline there, but we already meet some of the good requirements there with the stats. And we got the key Digimon, so we'll probably meet the key points. You know, if that fails, we can always go for the orange variants. Possibly Tyrannomon. And Red Digimon. Tentamon, on the other hand, here meets the requirement for all of these when I checked, so pretty much good to go with any of these. Cross that Woodmon, because we already got Woodmon previously. We got Capitarimon, Red Vegemon, or Abominon. Yeah, I was actually looking at a stat requirement for Hercules Capitarimon in between parts here. It's actually a very easy mega level to get. The stat requirement is fairly low. Grand Quasimon in comparison is a little more challenging, but not all that challenging. I don't think Gallantmon is all that hard to get either. It's really inconsistent with some of these. Like, take a point out with the Garurumon. Line of Evolution. Garurumon and Wergurumon are more pain in the ass to get the Metal Garurumon. Metal Garurumon has lower stat requirements, with freaking Wergurumon it's pre-evolved form. It makes no sense. Okay, good, you didn't get injured from that. Oh wait, I'm here in the morning. Oh wait, no, it's gonna be in a second now though, isn't it? You know, it doesn't really specify, you know, exactly where you're supposed to find this Ivy. That, what's his face? Kaiser Greymon. Wait. No, that might be it. Well, never mind, forget I said it. You found Moist Ivy. Well, we got that out of the way at least. Not really gonna be doing much of that anytime soon, though. I was thinking that maybe it was that little area down there. I think that's where that red Vegemon gives you vegetables in exchange for meat, if I recall. Or maybe it's a different area. It's one of the ones the tunnels lead to. But I guess it wasn't that area that had to be for the Ivy. I mean, it makes sense. The Ivy's around the castle. Why would it be in an area, you know, outside of that?
Oi!
And maybe I'll, you know, go pick a old Kaiser Greymon of it. You know, just for the hell of it. Since we got the Ivy after all. If it turns out it's like, oh yeah, you pick it up, but if you don't get back to him before noon, the Ivy wears off. That'd be some Ocarina of Time shit, that was. Like, oh yeah, you gotta get to Lost Woods in a set time limit, otherwise the whatever potion thing about it was will just be like, oh, it's no longer, it doesn't work now. I wonder though, if I take the Server Desert Inland Express, where would you take me? To the tower? I hope so. Okay, yeah. All's well. Although we do have to go past these assholes. But they're aggressive regardless of what stage of evolution you have. How good your stats are, they don't care. All they want is to fight. They probably aren't gonna give me any good stats on guys. Knock him out! Yeah, these guys ain't worth fighting honestly at this point. But they are pretty damn busy. It really does feel like I could just be like, if I was like any other gamer that, you know, does any gaming videos, they'd probably edit out all of this stages, you know? You might see like one clip of each evolution. But they'd get through it all in one video. From in training to mega level, use the power of it. But I'd have to freaking record for freaking hours just for one video if that were the case, like, yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't actually. I could just record it in little bits and pieces, which I have thought of doing. It's just, I like to, you know, have at least, you know, spend a bit of time on screen with my Digimon, you know, as they get to their different stages of evolution. We're waiting for our bus. I am a weird head with legs and arms. You don't intimidate us. You ain't shit. You're full of shit, but you ain't shit. That makes sense. We're talking this in a literal sense in some ways here. Ooh! Well, just look at that. You give a good amount of stat boost there, sir. So I suppose we will stop to destroy you. And I feel like my commentary has been kind of like, but it's definitely because the time between the previous part and this part, doing all that off-screen training, kind of maybe almost fall asleep. Have to put some Dio on just to keep myself awake. At least the battles are, you know, so easy at this point that I didn't really need to pay much attention to that. Can you imagine that? Just like, you're just in the middle of fighting, you're just occasionally pressing the X button because you're doing whatever, and then you just fall asleep, but you're still pressing the button occasionally while you're asleep. You're just like, then you wake up, your Digimon of Fate is away because you were outside of a battle just pressing the X button for freaking hours. Well, actually, no, they would have faded away, and you would have probably been like, oh, now you've got, like, Koromon for both of them, because you just selected the first Digivolution option, you get, well, Egg, I mean, you know, after they're reborn. I wonder if the Digimon around here are any better than the ones in the other area. Look like it might be high level. And yet they've got less balls than lower. Yes! Did you bring the thorny ivy from the south side of the Palace of Thorns in Hokkaido East? There's no doubt about it. These are exactly what we use. With these, we can do something about that wood energy. Well done, you. Right, next up we'll need materials for wind energy. I need a speed chip. They're precious items. No matter what we do, we're just one short. Sorry for such untroublesome task, but I'm relying. Now you want a speed chip. Not the mini, I imagine. Feels memo too on your speed chip. It's fresh items, so one's enough. This task is such a pain in the ass because you're going back and forth, back and forth. We haven't even met his, you know, accomplice in all this yet. Saying that, it's like, is he up to shady stuff? No. Just trying to wake up Susanoo. Who, when we eventually accomplish that, you think, oh, we're gonna have to fight him as well? Or any of these Digimon? No, but we will have to fight him. I won't say anything more than that. But yeah, we haven't even met Magna Garurumon, who's helping Kaiser Greymon out here. We will eventually. Just a lot of, you know, bring this and that, this and that. I guess he's going for all the elementals. I guess speed ship representing wind is good. No, wind is fast. So we need speed ships. But I'm going to do something quite ballsy. Because there is a Growlmon Orange up there. Who might prove to be a formidable foe. Or he could end up being a pusher. We'll see as we approach. He might be a pusher. It's not highlighted in red, they can't be that now. Don't stage anyway. And don't underestimate it. Just give me with rookie levels with lower stats than this. You'd get destroyed. Stop saying soda. Because you is a soda. It's weird, you know the difference? Why do we have these kids? British, Americans. Like we call it, you know, fizzy drink pop here. In the US, soda. And you got the same thing, potato chip, the crisp, same thing, different name. And do Americans even call chips chips? I mean, surely they would have chips. I mean, like fries, you know? But if they're those fat-ass chips, you can't really call that fries, can you? I mean, it is fries, but still, it's distinguishing it from, you know, those skinny fries. I don't know. You didn't give a wisdom boost. But then again, you know, Blue has a very high stat, so kind of expects. But considering, let's actually play down 91, 90, 65. Oh, we are here. Is there anything you would like to ask? Yes, about combination preparedness. About this little friendly little. Come back if you're interested. We're always happy to talk about combination preparedness. Okay, so it's the green bar. I think that is. That's the. Well, it makes sense because it's, you know, the link between our Digimon. They're, you know, makes them more likely to help each other out in that. It's like sometimes you'll see one of your Digimon basically dodge a bullet for the other Digimon, where they'll get in the way to block an attack when the other Digimon is weak. So it's kind of nice, and you know, when one Digimon gets knocked out, they'll get a stat boost where they'll be like, I will avenge you! Which is probably why in the previous parts, Gambon CM did so well, because Chaosmon kept getting knocked out. And he's just like, I will avenge you! It's like, I will avenge you again! I will, come on Chaosmon, get your shit together, you get knocked out. One at a time, please. Might be a bit hectic. Throwing food! Everywhere! Everywhere, as far as the eye can see! Giant pink food! You know what, it's just me thinking of... I don't get those Funko Pop things, those figures. They all have this distinct look. I don't get them, honestly. They just have them on basically anything that exists probably has Funko Pop. But does Nanimon have Funko Pop? Because he looks like he's like, you know, prime material for something like that. I mean, he's essentially a head with arms and legs. Wouldn't really need to change him. And then he's given us a wisdom boost while the Growlmon wasn't. That's interesting. Guess these guys are a step above the usual champion level. I also wonder if given better stats than Bomb and Anima than one Volcano. Depends on the level, I suppose. Well, actually, yeah, the Bomb and Anima that's probably longer now that I think about it. Because I remember the Bomb and Anima that had 4. But he's still giving us that 24 boost, which is always a good thing. That's the maximum stat you can get boosted from a single battle. Trouble is, all 3 of them are very hostile the second we, you know, enter the screen. So you just want to fight one at a time, you know? Just one at a time. So you can get a stat boost from each. But no! Friend has to tag along. And you know what? We've seen enough Nanimon for one day, so I'm gonna off-screen the rest of this training. And I'll meet you whenever they hopefully evolve. It'd be kind of weird if they don't evolve in the start after all this. It's like, oh yeah, they did evolve the next day. Like late into the next day. That'd be kind of annoying. Much like me not paying attention here. Hang in there, Digimon. Piece of shit cannot defeat us. Or maybe it will. A little bit. You're probably gonna get into this. Anyways, off screening. So what do you know, I was right. Of course, his HP was low. But yeah, I'm gonna, you know, fight these guys a little more and eventually get around to going back to the city. After or before, whichever. Wrong thing. Basically, I'll meet you whenever they start to Digivolve, or I go back to the city. Whichever. I'll meet you whenever. Oh shit, all 3 of them at once! Oh no! Not only is that going to screw over again good stat boost in just one screen, it's also going to make the fight a bit tougher. And to deal all this crap being thrown at you. Bit of a waste, but they're throwing waste status, so... You know, don't want my Digimon getting knocked out by these assholes. And considering all the shit they're throwing, they might as well be. Anyways, back off, please. Information for the future. Didn't realize you had that written on your head. So can I go? I am surprised we're still getting a stat boost for every stat at 24. That's insane. I guess these are the type of Digimon that give you high wisdom. That's probably why we're getting a wisdom boost, despite being, you know, near 2500 on the wisdom stat for blue, which is insane. Anyways, off screening. Yeah, I just realizing that I should mention as well. It's like, oh yeah, someone comes across this part and takes my tips, and they're just like, okay, 24 consistent boost, and then they go on and play. It's like, I'm not getting the 24 consistent boost from anything though. I just realized another thing I should note basically is play on easy mode. Easy mode is apparently, as I've said a number of times in this Let's Play, normal mode. Normal mode is actually hard mode. Because this game has easy, normal, and hard. There's no difference between normal and hard mode. It's basically the same difficulty. You get less stats, less money. That's basically all it is. It's artificial difficulty, and it's bullshit. And apparently wasn't in the original Japanese. Apparently, the original Japanese, supposedly from what I've heard, easy mode was basically the default difficulty. Therefore, that is the real normal mode. Considering normal mode and hard mode are the same difficulty. So just play on easy, you'll get these stats like this. That's the only difficulty. Doesn't make any of the enemies tougher than they already are or anything. It just makes it so you get less stats, so the enemies appear to be tougher because, well, you know, you're underpowered. Because you don't get as much stat boosts or money to, stock up on supplies or anything. So just thought I'd point that out. Back to off screen. Oh no, you're injured! I am still surprised they're getting the same stat boost, even at this point. Jesus Christ! Look at that wisdom, man! How you still get... Oh, you could say the same about the strength and stat. You can say about every stat. Every stat over 2,000 and still getting a boost of 24 for each battle. And like I said, this is like, it all comes down to your level. If you're rookie level like my Digimon here and you're doing this, that's how it works. You get the boost 24 because you're going up against the higher level Digimon. If, however, you were champion level, you wouldn't get shit for stats from this, I'd imagine. Even if you had lower stats than this, you probably wouldn't get much of a boost, if any, if you're champion level, because you're on the same level in terms of evolution, so you don't get the same boost, which is why it's best to work on battles when you're rookie level. That's where you'll get your main stats. When you get a champion level, it becomes a bit harder to find opponents to fight that will give you a good stat boost. I mean, there are some, but And then when you get to ultimate level, basically you've got very few options. Well, yeah, you do have at least Wagoroom and Black in Bony Resort. But once that reaches its cap, you're like, well, what now? You run out of opponents pretty quickly after that. So that's why I'm still not back in the city yet, because I'm like, nah man, this is a freaking gold mine here for stats. Just fight these little assholes over and over again. Also, I should note my Digimon are incompatible sleep mates. When they wake up, they're all like, when they're all fine during the day, when they wake up in the morning, they're like really annoyed. It's like, what? So basically, like anyone. Wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, yep, very low on HP there. Let's grab these last things. Clear up inventory, look at here. Anyways, back to off screen. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, what are you looking at? He's intimidated. And then he's like, no, not you. Well, you should be. My Digimon are gonna kick your ass. Actually, does he even have an ass? Where's he pull the crap from? He's got an ass. He doesn't... I don't even want to think about that, to be honest. Also, one other thing to keep in mind when doing all these battles is pay attention to your Digimon's fatigue levels. You don't want to push them too far. So have them rest in the tent if need be when their fatigue reaches its peak. You know, preferably before. Did he just pop out of the air or something? What was that? It's like. But you know, you generally want to avoid getting those kind of I don't know what you call it. Like, basically, when you have those kind of strange-looking thing pop up above their heads, indicating that they're exhausted. I mean, you don't have to avoid reaching that point, but once you reach that point, you definitely gotta, you know, let them rest. But it's best to, you know, avoid getting to that point in the first place. You know, once the bar reaches, you know, close to halfway or something like that, you know, probably give them a rest. So before I let you guys go to bed, I want to check the research dojo. Yeah, it's been like that for all of your lifespan here. You've had all these options, and now you have all the options too. Let's sleep in Digimon's house, and hopefully you'll Digivolve in the morning. Just don't poop on the floor. As you can see, incompatible sleep mates. And they're not Digivolving yet. Shit. Oh well. I'll, you know, go about the rest of this until they Digivolve, so... Gonna off screen until they Digivolve. So, off screening. You cheap ass motherfucker. I paid him, man. I paid him. I gave him money to look for metals. And he just got me Mithril, which is kind of rare, but I was hoping he'd get those damn red Digimon so we could finally get that out of the way. But alas, he did not. What a douche. Off screening. Now I've picked up all the daily supplies here, and I could go back and fight those Digimon again, because they can still give us a stat boost, and it would be nice to get stat boost 24 for everything. But since I'm, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm recording, I would go back and do that. But it's just taking up too much time on the video. Let's have a look at these, you know. Just because I didn't really pay much attention to them. So I'd say it's gym time. Again, a boost in wisdom here, but let's go for the MP. Which is what the gym's best for, HP and MP. So you don't really get as much a stat boost for this. Fighting Digimon. You guys are gonna take all day to Digivolve, aren't you? Yeah, that's too expensive. There's a thing in this. We can make it to the next level if maxed out, but yeah, he charges too much. I don't know how much of a stat increase each training upgrade has, honestly. And we could have got a whole day. I could have got my stats up to like the 3,000 mark. It's just because, you know, a recording it'll take too much time. That's my only reason for not doing that. And we're at an hour on the recording now. It's ridiculous. Come on, guys. Usually around this point we'll be Digivolving at some point today. I think about it, I should have, you know, had some vegetables. Would have got a increase for the training. Although I'm not sure if it really increases the stats you get or if it just makes it so that the things you land on when you know training, such as well the bonus things, you know, like friend bonus, skill bonus, food bonus, just adds one of those so you get increased chance of it landing on a bonus, so you get an additional boost. Don't think it. Well, maybe it does add a little extra boost as well on top of that. I haven't really paid much attention to that. Probably does for some though. Take your time, guys. We've got all the time in the world. There we go. Who's it gonna be? Double Digimon. Are we gonna be consistent? Are we going like on the actual Digivolution path, or are we gonna go astray at some point like last time and the time before that? Because that tends to happen quite a few times so far. Growlmon. Well, let's see how you guys are doing now. Well, you got a little extra boost on the stats. Change your attacks up a bit. I'll actually keep that one. Which one doesn't take up too much MP? Well, that takes up quite a bit, but go with that. Cutter. Weird how you can learn fire moves. Well, Rockfall, why not? We've already got all the moves to do the poison. So our options are... Please. We don't see the options. Because we haven't unlocked the information. But we can be sure that that is probably War Growlmon, and this one is probably Mega Capitarimon. That much is probably pretty damn obvious. Well, let's see how far we're coming along to that path. It's already fixed. So 2. And that one's high, so that one will probably reach it to fix as well. Fix, of course, meaning that, you know, it's guaranteed to potentially digivolve to its... meets the requirements, essentially. Meanwhile, these ones are all high, so it probably wouldn't take too long to meet the requirements for any of these as well. So we're on the right path to getting somewhere, so... that'll do for this part. I will, you know, off screen do more training, but the trouble is with this is it'll be like 8 days between the next record session, so I'll be like, where did I leave off in this game? Because I was paying attention to the end of the previous part to an extent. I don't remember being at this part of the game. Oh yeah, I guess the builder will also be upgraded by the next part as well, because that's upgrading. So we won't get to see the you know, that you kind of jingle. Does it even count as jingle? Whatever. You know, showing that's upgraded. But it doesn't really matter. And, you know, with my Digimon being champion level, I might actually try my luck with Lodge Volcano. The area with, you know, the like Red Vidramon and Metal Tranamon. Because, you know, you gotta, you know, step it up a bit, you know, once you get to champion level. You gotta find tougher opponents, and with our stats as they are now, I might be able to pull it off. So the next part will essentially start off with my champion level Digimon nearing the point where they did fall to ultimate level. Much like I did with this, even though it's taken me an hour to get to the champion level. But you get the idea. So the next part will be a few days into their, life as champion level. So, I'll do more training and I will see you next time, viewers. See you next time.